Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Both combines are there ready to roll, so I'm going to whiz over under this one and I'm going to take that whole load out of there. And then I'm going to go whizzing up to the other end and we're going to grab that one. Both the tractors are also finished now with the cultivating, and I'm hoping that the two combines will finish up now with just the two loads that they've got left to take. We're halfway on this one now. If we had, what was it, about 58,000 euros from a full trailer load, that means we've got easily another 29,000 euros to come in, especially once we've done this. We're going to easily be halfway full, probably a little bit more on, well, actually quite a bit more on that actually. So we should be approaching 30 grand, which is going to take us up to the 190,000 euros that we want to be able to buy the field and lease all of the equipment. Yeah, we're well over halfway now. With what I would guess is going to be two more combine loads, possibly even a little bit more than that. I don't see a problem with us actually being able to cover all of the costs that are going to be involved with buying up that field and doing the harvest and everything else. But we've got to buy the field. We can't just go and get started on some of these other jobs. We've got to buy the field and we've got to be able to do all of the rest of it. Like we've got to buy the field, we've got to lease everything that we're going to want to lease, and then and only then are we going to be able to finish everything off. Right, we haven't been blocked enough, it's not blocked enough to cause us any major problems, so I will go over here. I was going to chase him down alongside the field, but I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? So what I'll do instead is, where are you going to be at? They'll both end up Yeah, I'll let both of the combines run. I'm going to chase this one down and just take off some more, because he's not going to be able to finish. So we will just travel alongside him in the corn like this. Become children of the corn once more. And take off his half a tank that he's got right there. So yes, although we have got the money to be able to go and do everything that we're going to want to do, what we don't have is enough money left over to be able to get the planting started before we've done all the leasing. We need to lease first. If we do the leasing, then we can start the planting. Otherwise, we're just not going to be able to afford everything. And I don't want to do that. Right, let's take you over this way. And what I'm actually thinking is I'm just going to leave the tractor here, because the combines should now be able to go right way up across the fields. That one's going to go that way. This one here is going to back up. Let's go over beside you. So you've got that one there, and then you've got this bit over here. They'll turn round. This one will finish up, and the other one will go there. He'll go all the way up, and then he'll come back down again, and then I'll stop him, and then we'll do the same with the other one. So you up here, I'm gonna just move you back. No, I'm not. I was thinking I'll just leave this one here, and then he'll be ready to start cultivating that field once we've done the potato harvesting there. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to travel down this way. One thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to unload the potato harvesters directly into the truck. We're not going to have any kind of auger wagon that will be able to put the potatoes in and then do the stuff afterwards. That's not going to work. We're not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to need a cultivator to go. I'm going to need a couple of cultivators, actually. So you can just stop there, and I'll shut you off, actually. I won't worry about that for a minute. What are you doing? I don't know why they don't stop when they're going backwards. Right? They'll stop when they're going forwards, but they never stop when they're going backwards, which is slightly ridiculous. Let me start you up, and I'll just go and get that bit there that you went and messed up. And then I'll bring you over this way and travel you down like that. Now that's pretty much square on, so I'll start the hired help working. You down this side have got an almost full grain tank. Are you going to get all the way down to the bottom end of the fields? You know, I don't know. Genuinely don't know if he's going to make it all the way down. That one up there, I think he is actually getting all of the rest of the corn on that single pallet. Yes, he will get all the way down here. We've got another 4,300 litres of corn on board right there. Let's turn off the hired help. Whiz round here and spout out. We're easily. We'll have well over 200,000 on this. Well over 200,000 for this, so you can empty out into there, and then you over here, you finished, and I'll empty you out into this back trailer over this way. Bring you in around over there like that, and there we have it. So we've got both the harvests done. I've got 30,000, got over 30,000 litres. Yeah, we're gonna. We got a boatload of stuff in here. Right, we'll put the next one into there like that. Dump that into the back of that trailer. Just there. So that's all of that. I'm just going to move this one off the side of the field a minute, just so it's out of the way. And shut that one down. Close it like that. Bring you in there. And then, yeah, you this way. Let's spin you round. Put the spout back. Drive you up through there, and there's combine number 2 all finished. Right, excellent. So that gives us 160,000 euros. We've got 33,75 litres of grain in here, which if we were getting, even if we're just getting 1,000 a litre, 1,000 per thousand, sorry, a dollar a litre, we would actually, a euro a litre, euro dollar, I suppose. We would be fine for our target. We've got more than that. We've got 33,000 right here. We get 0.4 above the 33, which is going to be 4, 8, 12. So we get 12,000, about 13,000 on top of that. So we're looking at roughly 46,000. Which is going to take us to 206,000 euros pretty much total, which is going to be enough to buy that field and lease the potato harvesting equipment and at least lease the truck and trailer. And then once we've got those, we can then go and fill the potato planter with seed, both potato planters with seed and fertilizer. We'll do that a little bit carefully because the fertilizer is a bit expensive, but we should be able to cover all costs and expenses involved. And then we can get started on harvesting this field. When the harvest of this field is underway, while the harvester is busy whizzing up and down the field, we'll sort of clear the headlands a little bit and so on. We'll then get the plough onto this tractor right here, and we will start carving out the extra bits on that field so that we can make that one bigger. And we will also get the potato planters underway as well. So we got a lot of plans, we got a lot of things in place. Hopefully all of this is going to work out. I'm not 100% sure if all of the plans are going to work, but I'm reasonably confident with this. The potato planter, potato harvester that we do lease, we will be keeping hold of that one until our next harvest, which is absolutely fine. Oops, I want to tip and tip like that. Get both of those emptied out. 170,000, 180,000, 190,000, 200,000, and then that last little bit. I said about 206. It's just gone to 247,700, slightly more than I thought. But then we're getting more than exactly 1,400. We're pulling in 1414 on there. That's a good amount of money. That is. Now there's a lot of stuff ready for harvest on this map right now. So we want to move over here. That one's harvester's ready to start cultivating. So we'll get one of the tractors cultivating and we'll get one of them started on planting while we're working over on here. I go to land like this and I click on that one. It's 153,000. Buy. Yes, absolutely I want to buy. Fantastic. And then I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go to that one. I'm going to go potato tech. We'll go over here, and I did say that we would go for the, because we've got the increased work speed and we're going for the most voluminous capacity. I will increase the engine setup to maximum option as well. It just feels like it would be a kind of like fair offset. So this one I'm gonna go with orange, and I'm gonna leave the design color as it is. Rim color I'm gonna go with black. So in the comment section, tell me, when we actually buy our potato harvesters, what color would you like my potato harvesters to be? I mean, we could go with just the normal Grim, which is, I think, a Case IH or a Massey red. But we got a lot of color options here. So what color would you like me to actually make our potato harvesters when we get to doing it properly? Tell me in the comment section, because we got time. It's going to be a little while before we can afford to buy our own. This is just a temporary thing. So there, I got to lease that one for 24,000. Okay, back again, and then I go into trucks over here, and I need to go to the T600 Frith cab over here. That one is cab config stock black bonnet detail. It needs to have that detailing on it, and it does stay white. We can't change the color behind the detailing on there. Wheel setup will stay as standard. Actually, we need to be driving on the field, don't we? Oh, so we got spider rims or we've got standard. I was wondering no, so we don't have like wider tires or anything, which is sort of a little bit more difficult. But anyway, that's fine. So this is 5,800 for that one. I'm gonna lease that. Okay, and then back, and then I need to go into here. I need to go to trailers. Now we've got it. I don't know which one I really want. So, do I want the end tipper? Is this right here? End tipper or over axle tipper? What's the difference between an over axle tipper and an end tipper? I don't know. So I'm gonna go with end tipper at the moment. We'll try that one and we'll see what it looks like. So design color, main color. We don't want that. We want design road train, or oh, I see. It's got road train on the back, or it's got black. Well, this one, we're just having one trailer. We're not going for the road train configuration. I'm not going for two. Graphics right there. I've got trashing tractors and trees always, Frithgar, and Courseplay. Yeah, so I've got that option on there. Wait, what was the other one? That one's on there. End tipper 1 over here, graphics. Your Courseplay expert. I'm going to go with that one. I'll take that one right there. Your Courseplay expert in an alternate universe. I quite like that. We'll take that one and we'll maybe get the other one on the next time round. So 3,700 on there. Design, we're not taking anything else. So this is end tipper. Not entirely sure what that's all about, but I will lease this bad boy right here, and that leaves us with 19,000. So it's not enough to get anything else that we want to get, but it is enough to just have the stuff that we've got at the moment, which is this one. And that potato harvester ready to go up and start harvesting those potatoes. So now I'm going to bring this one in here, like this. And I want to back that in. And I want to attach like that. Now, can I force a tip? I can. Right, that is an end tipper, isn't it? So what's an over axle tipper? Oh, wait a minute. Is it just where the bar is? I'm sure someone has actually told me this. Like, that's an end tipper. And then the over axle, you've got the ram is actually above the axle rather than up on the end up here. I think that's how it works. But anyway, there's the Courseplay Expert right there, ready to roll. Shut you off a minute, and we'll go to you. So we're going to drive this one up to the top field, and we are immediately going to start our potato harvest on our brand new field up there. And this one does do a rather lovely turn of speed, which is quite nice. I do like this. We've got this 60,000 litre capacity for the potatoes, which means that we don't have to spend ages hopping backwards and forwards. It means that we can also get other things running at the same time, such as getting the potatoes planted, getting a cultivator running, and just generally moving around the map and doing other jobs that we want to get done. So I'm going to bring you up over here, and then I'm going to press X like that, and I'm going to unfold this one. Look at that. Look at this bad boy right here. There he goes. I'm loving the look of this thing already. Listen to the engine. Oh, he sounds good. He sounds ever so good. So I'm going to bring you up there like that, and then we go Control H. I do not want the AI vehicle extension for this one. I want standard AI. You'll go up there like that, lower in, and off you go with a whoosh, 20k across the field, just like that. I'm only going to do a single pass along this bottom end because we've got plenty of room for turning round. Up the top end, we may end up having to do a bit more than that, but this bottom end we'll be fine. We've got enough room, but we need to keep an eye on the top end up there. So let me bring that up to that point, lower it in. Right there. Okay, that is doing fantastic. We've got the potatoes harvesting. Our orange harvester right here. Yes, we're only leasing it, so it is going to end up costing us a boatload of money. That's fine, and we're not going to get a great yield off of this field right here. It's not going to give us anything. Records will not be broken with this, but we will at least get something. Now, I'm looking around at the different stuff that we've got. There are no trees here that we're going to need to move. There's a small patch of mushrooms over there, but they're well out of the way. There is a little bit of terrain alteration that we're going to want to do over on that side of the field. Not very much. There is a little bit that sticks out in there that we're going to want to move, which is just going to make life a lot easier for us. Now, I'm going to bring that back over there. And then I'm going to do a couple passes along this bottom end over here. Right. Let's bring that in around like that, and then go to there, and we'll let it do another couple of passes right here, get all the way through. Much more is it gonna do? Yeah, that's fine. I think we could probably just leave it, but I'm going to let him just turn round because I want to see how much space and time it takes for it to turn round. I'm curious on this one. It does need a little bit of room for turning round. He's not doing too bad. Yeah, there's a bit up through there that we might want to just like level out in order to be able to properly make use of the space all the way down through there. And I'm quite happy to do that, but again, it might be better. I was going to start out on that side, but I'm actually thinking it'd be better if I start on this side, because then I can do the landscaping that I need to do before I go spending too much money on fertilizer and stuff like that. So, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, start you up. Move you right out to the end like that, because otherwise we end up missing out on a little tiny bit of potato. And I think it does do that. I think it leaves like little bits of harvested potato behind, which is not really what we want. So if I run it on this side of the field, we'll get an idea of what the edge of the existing field is like, and then we'll be able to race it all the way up and down. Bring that back and go to there. Lower you in. Oops. No, I don't want lights. I want H. There. Pressed F, not H. My bad. There. So now you go whizzing up across this way. Much, much better with this speed. If we were doing this on standard potato harvester speed, we would be here for a very long time. Especially if we were aiming to do all of our fields with, like, one potato harvester. I know that this is too fast. And there are some people that this is, like, this is just too much for us. Like, it's not very realistic. And... yeah, and I do get that, but honestly, we'd be here forever if we were trying to do this with just the normal standard speeds. So I'm going to leave that harvester whizzing up and down the field on this side. And what we're going to do is... there, he has gone all the way to the end. That's good. So now he's going to go in here and he's going to turn round. And he does actually, and the hired help these days, it is usually pretty good with turning round... with, like, staying within the boundaries, although it doesn't actually need to. It looked like it was going to do that. Now it's changed its mind. It's just whizzing out across open countryside now, however it sort of feels like. So, yeah, it started out well. It started off with good intentions. I'm going to skip out of that one there. He's gone up through and he's carrying on and doing what he needs to do. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the landscaping right here. And then we're going to whiz up through here like this. And now I've got to make sure that this is sort of reasonably level. So I want some bits out here. So... I don't really like doing this. I bring it out like that, and then increase the brush strength like that. So I've got brush size, strength, there, and then do some leveling. Now, the problem with this is that it's removing the bushes and stuff, and that's the bit that I don't like doing, because I actually like having the bushes there when I'm doing the ploughing. It looks a bit better. It just looks a bit cooler when it's actually doing the bushes, but... I want to make sure that I get rid of any, like, drastically uneven ground. So it's this bit here that I want to mostly get rid of. This is the bit that's going to cause us the problem is right through here. Now, I can get rid of some of it without any kind of issue, but there is some bits in here. So what I'm going to need to do... whoa! Yeah, I increase the brush strength. So I'm going to need to do that. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. But what I'll do is if I go up here, if you press both buttons together, increase brush strength for just raising and lowering the ground is a little bit of a disaster waiting to happen. But if I press both buttons together, what it'll do then is it will level it exactly. And that I'm quite happy to do. We'll do that and we'll push it back into the edge of the cliff right here. Unfortunately, you can see that the big sort of mistake that I made, that ate into a lot of our finance. So we've already lost a load of money, which means I'm not going to be able to completely do everything that I want to do over here. Now, I can bring that out, yeah, not enough money. So I'm just going to come out of that a second, and I am going to have to go and borrow a bit more cash. 1, 2, 3. I'll borrow 15 grand. And then I go back into landscaping over here, and we'll carry on. Now, already out on that side, I'm above the level that I set, which was back there. So I don't want to go any closer to that, and I am in the middle there, and I just want to bring this sort of back in over here. And there, I've reached the maximum level. We don't want to go any higher than that. So now, I'm going to decrease the size of this, and I'm going to take that as my level. I'm going to push that in and back over here so that I'm getting into this cliff a little bit in here. I'm going to take my level back in there a little bit. And so I've had several people asking me about the using this, because I've heard of a few people say, you know, I seem to be reasonably good at sort of getting my way round the landscaping. And honestly, a lot of it is just trial and error and practice. And then once you've practiced a bit and you've sort of gotten used to the controls, you kind of know how the thing works. It's fairly easy to correct a mistake. I mean, if you're playing and you are looking at your own expenses and that, as you've seen, I made a bit of a mistake and put that pillar up. That ended up costing me quite a slice of money. And yeah, you got to expect things like that. You do have to expect those little bits, those little mistakes like that to happen, and they will cost you. But overall, it's not too shabby, really. Now, I'm just going to bring that kind of up over this end because, like, it's sort of uneven. Just accept that you're not going to have the pleasure of ploughing up the bushes. Focus instead on getting the terrain exactly as you want. Now, the slight problem with this, you can see that curve that we've got there. That is going to cause a bit of problem with combines in the long run. So you want to get rid of... I'm using the middle mouse button option now. You want to get rid of that curve as much as possible. And the best way I've found to do that is to do this. Have the biggest one you can have with the most powerful brush strength of all, and then sort of work it backwards and forwards. Don't get close to here, because all you'll do is you'll raise up everything here more in line with that level up there. You need to keep it out like this and just get close to it. And then once we're done, we're not going to have the plough coming any closer than about here. This is where the plough line is going to be, so that we've got a little bit of leeway out to the side. So I'm going to bring that down a bit more. And then I'm going to feather this up on the bank a bit. Up here. We'll turn round. We'll just feather that in a little bit up there. I'm not doing it much. Very light clicks and passes now. There, just like that. And just very quick brush past. Not doing much on this at all. I know I've got a tree that's floating there, and not really a lot that I can do about that floating tree, apart from lower the brush strength. Don't be afraid to change your brush strength. I've lowered that all the way to... If you're not sure of the controls, rather than me constantly saying them, just press F1 and have your controls up, right? So I've got my brush strength all the way down to minimum now, and I'm just going to press the button on there, and I'm going to bring that way up so that tree, the root of that tree is properly buried in there. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to press both buttons together. So I've got that option there, and that's just going to eat back into the base of that a little tiny bit. And then I'll go up here, and I'm using the middle mouse button again for the feathering technique. And I'm just going to feather that bank down and around there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feather the bank here. I'm going to feather the bank over this side. And if you think that looks unnatural, go outside and have a look at the hedgerows. Because I can assure you there are plenty of trees that are actually like that. They hold, like you have a bank that is dug in, and the trees themselves, the roots, they will hold it in like that. They will actually hold the edge of a bank like that over anything else. So I've seen that many, many times. So I can go out now and I can point to 24 examples, literally just from my back garden looking out across the fields. I would be able to find some. So that is quite a sort of a natural looking thing. Now, the final bit that we want to do on here is we need to change over the, and do the ground texturing. So we're going to switch over to that, and then we're going to go with, now, I've got a little bit of soil like that, and I actually like the idea of just like blending this in a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit, this kind of bank here, not going to be a lot of grass growing on that. So we'll do it like this. We'll sort of feather that in, and rather than all natural stone up there, we'll feather in a little bit of that, like that. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. And for those of you wondering, the paid promotion notification that came up at the beginning of the video is because in the description down below, you will find a link to Fanatical. I have an affiliation with them. If you use that link, I will earn a small commission on anything that you choose to purchase. But that is all we have got time for, so if you have enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye. and see you later.